Hello? Yo! What's up? Sorry, I'm apparently losing my goddamn mind right now. I don't need your sass. No, like, okay, I added things to my 7 TV, and it's like I'm seeing announcements of it in my Stream Manager chat and not in any other chat. And I'm not sure if it's just me being crazy or if it's actually doing that.
To be fair, normal's only a setting on the dryer, but yes.
I don't know how to react to that statement.
Hey, Multiverse.
What's up, Multiverse? Like, that was an oddly sexual statement.
It wasn't meant to come off as sexual, more so than anything. It was more so saying
that I'm insane. No, I
isn't
understand.
even normal nowadays.
No, it's fine. I get it. I'm going crazy. I understand. Yes, I am talking to my electronics because my electronics are talking to me. But they're doing it in a way that's making me look crazy because I look around and it's like, nah, nothing happened. Oh wait, no, it is in my Chatterino. It's just invisible in my Chatterino. That was very disturbing. That was very disturbing. You fucker.
Hey, we do a little trolling.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I kind of opened it up to myself today.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying a lot lately too.
Nah, just my neck popped. Ooh.
Well, why'd you do that to yourself?
It was more, I looked a certain way and then it just popped. Because I hadn't popped my neck in a week manually.
In a week?
Yeah, I don't like popping my neck at all. I'll crack my knuckles, but that's about it.
I don't understand this statement. I pop my neck like every 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Am I on camera? I am not on camera.
Eh.
Nah, I gotta figure out, like, I moved the camera, so I gotta figure out the new range.
Oh, by the way, did you see the deer in...
Yes, I did see your slutty deer. Why are you giggling? I'm fucking right.
But at the same time, she's got more clothes on than most of my models.
That doesn't make her not slutty. Velma Dinkley. Like, come on, man. Fully clothed, you can tell 100% what that woman's about.
Yeah. 1 second, I heard my name.
Uh-huh. How's it going, Multiverse? Doing good, brother? Alright, I haven't touched this model in so long, so I gotta fix shit that I fucked up on last time. I really, really didn't want to work on this today, but, you know, I said I would yesterday, so here we are. Working on a layout for a huge house that is missing dimensions. What? What does that mean? What is that? My nose is going crazy right now, and I don't like it.
Okay, apparently it wasn't them calling for me. It was more so them talking on the phone about me.
Ah, yeah, I've had that confusion as well. So you seemed confused about the clip that was made yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what you were going after.
It was a fly.
Oh, alright.
There was a fly. The little bastard wouldn't leave me alone. Like, I understand multiverse, but I don't... How do you intend on doing that kind of work without dimensions? Like, shouldn't measuring be happening? Shouldn't that be step one? Like, measuring? That feels the most appropriate to me. How's it going, Pats? Welcome in, man. Wait, am I an asshole? Hold on. No, I follow Pats.
I know, I was just giving them a shout out.
Right. Well, like, you were giving him a shout out, and I'm like, wait a second, am I an asshole? Have I not been following Pats this whole time? I was like, no, I am. I just never see when you go live, if you actually do.
Yeah, Twitch is being twitchy as always.
Well, like, okay, so I looked at my recap thing today, right? And it's like, you got 460 new followers this year. And I went, dude, I'm less than 430. What are you talking about? Are you counting all those people that came in and unfollowed, or all the people who had to follow me twice because your shit's broken? It's been ages since I've last kicked on my camera. Okay, that makes me feel better. You would think so, but suck at their job and forget to put dimensions on stuff. Architects, my brain refused. I saw anarchists the first time.
I saw architect.
Okay, it's like I saw anarchists and I was like, that's not right. That's not what he's saying to me.
Commas, people. Commas.
Well, no, that's not a situation of commas. That word sucks. Nah, you know, that may be, but that's still a shitty word. But I also love how, like, in your apology, you misspelled sorry.
Yeah, 2 R's there, mate.
That's the beauty of Twitch. Like, I don't bother correcting myself anymore whenever I'm, like, in someone's chat. It's like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's at this point, it's not worth it. Like, most of the time, your brain will rearrange the letters anyways. It's only just really shitty for all of us who are dyslexic.
Well, you're telling me.
But no, I don't know. I know. I'm aware. I know. What is today? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today's Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, it's been Tuesday all day.
Well, that doesn't mean that I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Like, I most of the time have no idea what day of the week it is because I've been home for so long. Like, all that shit that y'all dealt with during the pandemic, that's me now. I didn't deal with that during the pandemic. I dealt with that. I was still at going into the office every day because I was quote unquote essential industry. Which I still disagree with because I know who our clients were. But we were considered essential industry, so we didn't do the we'll send our customer service people and our office worker people home and like send them home with laptops. Now, we're not going to do that. They still have to come into the office for some fuck reason. So all the things that people bitched about, like, I can't get out of my house, I'm so bored, yada yada yada, that's me fucking now, man. I've been at home for 2 goddamn years.
I need to go to the G-Dub store, so.
Well, yeah, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop spending so much time at the GW stores because I end up spending money, and I don't like spending money directly with GW.
Yeah.
So I need to.
Besides that.
But like freebies, though, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason why I go into the my GW store. So.
Yeah, but you also said yours is like 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's in non-holiday traffic, mind you.
Yeah.
It'll probably be less once everybody and their sisters stop driving around going to every single hole in the wall store to find a Christmas present.
Yeah, see, yeah, Pats gets it, right? Like, you get it. It's bullshit. Everybody's sitting there bitching. It's like, dude, it wasn't any better going into the office. You know what we had to do? You probably didn't have to deal with this, Pats, but you probably have to deal with something similar. Going into the office meant wearing a goddamn paper mask for 8 to 12 hours a day. And
well, in that regard, I didn't have to wear a paper mask. We were allowed to wear cloth ones, but we had to. They were company issued, so we would have to throw them down the chute after every shift.
See, we didn't have anything like that. We could have worn cloth, right? You could use the renewable ones. They wanted us to have the filtered ones if you did that, as opposed to like the just straight cloth ones. But it was easier just to get the disposable paper ones.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 9 times out of 10 with me, it was more so I always had a mask on, or quote unquote mask. I had a respirator on because I was the one that was doing all the cutting on the lathe.
Oh, okay. What the fuck are you? What? What the hell? What? What did you do?
Industry, like making I-beams, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because a lot of the
alright.
chemicals that are used to douse the things are so goddamn toxic, we had to wear respirators all the time.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I had the whole immunosuppressed bullshit, so I had to follow all the blah blah blahs.
Yeah.
And I still ended up with COVID fucking twice.
I have still yet to get COVID, but
That's absolutely miserable. It sucks so hard. Like, I get, like, I understand, like, some people had it way worse than I did, but is an absolutely miserable condition to have. It's so goddamn hard to breathe.
yeah, and I've heard from some of my friends that have had it that it's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of flus.
Minus, like, the constantly wanting to shit yourself, yes. Like, you still have that aspect with the flu that you don't have with COVID, but everything else. Which, when the apocalypse comes, our currency is going to be toilet paper.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong. Any of you here, tell me I'm wrong. Like, toilet paper is going to be the currency. Nothing else. It's going to be toilet paper, because that's what everybody's going to be raving about. Like,
Yeah.
Like, the start of COVID proved that shit. And with the what was it? The ports shutting down from imports, and people went crazy about toilet paper again, even though it's a domestic product.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of that was because of that one dude that was using horse tranquilizers.
There was more than one of them, but yeah. You know, or you could inject bleach.
And then, like, a lot of that was people deliberately spreading misinformation to make a quick dime.
3 seashells? No. Like I said, it's gonna be fucking toilet paper, man. I got it once really bad. Couldn't get up for like a week. Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, Barbie, welcome in.
Welcome in,
Which
Barbie.
was kind of scary living alone. Oh, yeah, Pats, that does sound terrible. See, I had Rain to take care of me because Rain's apparently immune to fucking everything, and you have no idea how infuriating that is.
Well, Rain and I are in the same boat. I can't fucking get sick.
Oh my god, she never get, like, she will bring diseases home for me to catch, but won't get sick herself.
Well, that's not necessarily true in my case. I have been actually sick once. But then again, it wasn't like one of those respiratory ones. It was just common cold. And haven't been sick since, so.
Alright, multiverse. Yours sounds like a potential work from home kind of thing, though. But I don't know what you do. So, I mean, obviously Barbie wasn't going to be in a work from home situation. I don't honestly know if Barbie's old enough to have been working during the pandemic. Like, genuinely don't know that one, but I was a student and had a large. I'm 32. Okay, so yes, you were. I wasn't saying you need to tell us, but all right.
I've got 3 years on you, Barbie, so trust me. I know.
Was an hour and a half away and needed to keep an inventory to last months anyways. I just took more classes during school breaks and never took vacation for 4 years. So that sounded like you dipping out. I design roof and floor trusses for houses. You design roof and floor trusses? I only worked from home because my dad was high risk. Oh, interesting. Took a year off to stay home with the kid. Makes sense. Your Discord sucks because it crashes all the goddamn time. You may need to reinstall that shit. No, these are all valid things. Like I said, I was a CTO at the time and essential industry, and they wouldn't let me have an employee. So I wasn't really the CTO. I was the tech department. So I was still doing all the bullshitty repairs that people couldn't think, turn the shit off and on again. Oh my god, so many issues that can just be solved. Just turn the shit off and on again. Anyways, so yeah, I did not experience the constantly trapped at home until I got sick 2 years ago, and yeah. So when everybody else was returning to work, I was leaving. To be fair, the last time was because the power went out. Okay, well that's fair. Fuck, dude. Alright. This paint works so much better than the Army Painter stuff does. What was great was like, okay, so like the company I went to work for right before I got sick, like they did everything that they could to like work with employees so that people wouldn't have to like lose their jobs or anything like that. And like these are car salesmen, right? Like that's the function of this company, is like they sell and fix cars. So and not like your basic bitch shit like, you know, Honda and Toyota and whatnot. Like they're doing the fucking luxury brands like Audi and Lexus and Cadillac. Like that's what they're fucking doing. And so like no one's buying shit. And because nobody's driving, nobody needs their shit repaired either. And they managed to keep it so that the company wasn't hurting. It didn't have any risk of going out of business. It had something like, I think it was something like 3,500 employees, didn't lay off a single person. And everybody was able to still make a living. And that's including like, you know, the technicians and whatnot, who are generally not paid hourly. They're paid by actual like work done. And they were still able to keep it so that nobody had to lose their job, and everybody was able to pay all their bills and whatnot. It was really, really admirable company. Yes, I do understand that Lexus is just Toyota, but it's the higher end, it's the luxury version of Toyota. Kind of like Acura is the higher end version of Honda. Cadillac's the higher end version of Chevrolet. Like, Audi's the higher end version of Volkswagen. Like, they all belong to someone else, right? It's just the quote unquote luxury version. So, no, like, I completely 100% understand that. I've known that for years. At one point in time was studying to be a mechanic, and then realized that I was stupid and I didn't want to do that. Mostly because I don't do well with heat. I don't do well with heat. I live in Texas. Like, how's that shit work out? So, but no. Like, I'm aware of all of these things, and it's really fun knowing some of the ins and outs and how these vehicles work. But, so yeah, like I said, I'm aware of some of the little minutia of these things. It's just, whenever you start talking about like higher end, or quote unquote higher end vehicles, if you're gonna fucking call me out on this shit, people are less likely to be going for that kind of thing during something like the pandemic, right? And that's what I mean, is like they only invested in luxury brands, except for Subaru for some reason. They also did Subarus, but they said the reason that they did that was they mostly considered those goods, or their clientele thought of those as being good starter vehicles for their children, because they would still buy, like, these are the people you're catering to are still buying their 16-year-olds new cars because they're dumb. So yeah, that's the kind of company that I was working for. And like I said, they managed to keep it so that they didn't have to lay anybody off, and that was what I found to be admirable about it. Was they managed to work in such a way as that nobody got laid off, and everybody was still able to pay their bills, even though sales were plummeting across the board. But they make most of their money off of service, anyways. That's the fun thing about dealerships, is they make way more money off of servicing vehicles than selling vehicles. So, like, I don't understand why they make it such a hard time to buy a car if that's not the area that's going to be making them money anymore. Because, like, their idea is that if you're buying a new car from them, you're gonna be coming back to them for whatever services you need. Which, yeah, don't do that. If you can go somewhere that's like a chain place that does normal repairs, do that. Don't go to the dealership for repairs unless you're like buying the parts yourself, and that's the only way to get them, because you want factory original for some stupid reason. I briefly worked at a dealership. I work on my own. I used to work on my own car. Now I don't, because it's gonna take me too long to do the work generally. That and my apartments have started calling tow trucks on people who do work on their cars in the parking lot, because they're evil. So that's a thing as well. That's another reason that I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I change batteries and tires and whatnot because I worked in tires for so many goddamn years. Yeah, it's so shitty. Like I said, I do not understand why they. Well, I mean, we did get to a point where there was a guy. Okay, so we have garages here, right? We have garages that you can rent. I don't know how much they cost to rent one, but one guy was basically running like a repair business out of one of those garages, and yeah, they started really fucking with him. And it's like, dude, he's not hurting nobody, he's not in the way. Like, he wasn't in the way or anything like that. You know, it was a little noisy sometimes, but not terribly so, and they got all pissy about it. No, the ones that I don't like is that I finally figured out what vehicle it is that's coming through and revving their engine that sounds like it's about to explode out the hood. That vehicle is a Camaro that they have very clearly had some work done to, because normal Camaros do not sound that way. And I saw it rolling through today, and I don't know why, but why, as they start passing by this section of apartments, they crank that engine up as they're going by. And it's not like they're doing it to, you know, they've dropped into first and they're just tapping on the accelerator to keep the car moving, because it was still losing speed when they did that, so they're dropping it into neutral so they can rev it up as high as they can real quick. So fuck those guys. But yeah, that's that was the company that I was working for whenever I got sick, and they were like, you know, we can move you to work from home, and you can do a lot of the remote stuff and yada yada yada. And it's like, guys, there are days that I don't get out of bed. You know, there are days where I make it to the couch, I don't make it back to bed because I can't move. Like, it's not a matter of like I'm leaving because I can't come in. I'm leaving because I can't work. And so, like I said, great company, great company to work for. They also make the buying process really easy, because before I went to work for them, that's actually where I bought my car from. when I had my other job and I had a decent income. They make the buying process very simple. Not all the bullshit that you usually have to deal with car dealerships. Whenever I bought my my last car, I was at the deal. We got there. We knew what vehicle we wanted. We'd seen it already. We went up. We checked it out. We test drove it. We were there like when they opened, and we were there almost until they closed because the process of buying that car was so goddamn hard. Whereas with the place that I bought my my current car from, we were there for 45 minutes. That's like finding the car, test driving it, deciding that, you know, discussing whether or not it was what we wanted to go with, and filling out all the paperwork. Like literally it was like 45 minutes total. And it's just like, this is not what I'm used to. They make the process incredibly easy. And that's they still had to do like background checks and fraud checks and shit like that because, you know, they got to protect themselves because cars are valuable. I took my car in to get serviced once. Will not do that again if I don't have to. But because like they're right, that is where they make their money. Like, I'm sorry, but like $110 for an oil change, like, come the fuck on. Like that's about what I pay to get my oil changed and get an inspection done. So, then they try to sell you extra shit you don't need on top of that. Well, I mean, that's just like, that's auto care in general. Like, they always want you to try to spend as much money as possible. In some instances, I do think it's worth it. If you go to somewhere like Discount Tire for your tires, I do think getting like the tire certifications is worth it because I've used them, and it's so much cheaper to be able to like use the certs instead of like having to straight out buy a whole new tire. So like whenever I say certifications from Discount Tire, whenever you buy a new set of tires, they're like, would you like the certifications? And essentially what that does for you is if something happens to the tire in such a way as it's like you get a flat, right? Like you get a flat and it's unrepairable, you can just pay for new certifications and they replace the tire. So instead of having to spend like $250 on a tire, which is the low end of what my car would take, it's like $45. Just get new certifications. Way cheaper. Do that. So if you ever go in there, it's also America's Tire Company, because I know they have a different name in different parts of the US. So it's Discount Tire in the South. I think it's America's Tire Company in the North. I need more black. I like all the fluid flushes that cost thousands. Barbie, if you're getting fluid flushes that cost thousands, they're trying to fuck you over because you're a woman. No, I mean like them trying to sell that. I'm not saying like you personally getting that. You've watched them do it to people. Okay, that sounds like something that they're just trying to pull on women, because I've never gotten them trying to push something like that on me for thousands. I've gotten them trying to push it onto me for hundreds, but I've never seen that racking up into the thousands before. So that's either super sketch place or super sexist place, because a lot of auto shops are very sexist in by my observation. Oh man, yeah, that sounds terrible. Yeah, that sounds absolutely awful. Would not want to be in that position whatsoever. Did I ever write down the formula that I used for this shit? I don't think I did. I don't think I wrote down shit. I'm doing a really bad job of getting full coverage on this thing. See, that's like, I never did like registers for someone else as a salesperson. Like, I was always doing the sales myself, which granted I did do commission sales for a while, so I know exactly the type of I know exactly the type of tactics that you're talking about people using on people to get them spend that kind of money. Because I had to do that shit. That's just kind of what happens when you're in those positions. But I was never the one doing the actual cash outs. I was also I had one position that I was in. Why do I always come into you saying something sus? What did I say sus this time? Wait, where was I saying sus this time? You were talking about cars. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Icklehoof. I don't think I said anything. Anyways, so yeah. Now, like I said, which job was I thinking about? Oh yeah, there we go. I did work for one place that was commission sales, but also was like so full of fraud, because of one guy. So I worked for a while. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. I worked for a while selling Verizon Wireless phones and service out of the back of a truck stop. And I understand how sus that sounds, and believe me, it's just as sus as you think it is. Like I said, very, very much rife with fraud. Yeah, no. So much fraud going on. But the thing is like, we didn't know that was happening for the longest time. And it wasn't like one of the bosses or anything. One of the salesmen, whenever no one else was there, he would have his friends come in and they would open new phone accounts and buy phones. And then they would turn around and they would sell that shit on the African market to folks over there. And so whenever the phone got moved overseas, the service would get canceled and they just wouldn't pay any of the bills. So they would come in and they'd do like the whatever free smartphone deal. And then, like I said, they would turn around, they would sell those phones to Africa and just cancel the service and never pay any of the fees. I don't know how he got away with it as long as he did. But the thing is, okay, and this is why it was incredibly stupid to me. Was for some reason they decided that the commissions needed to be pooled, right? Like, it wasn't like one person would, they'd make their sales, they'd get their numbers, and they would get paid for their work. Like, their sales, their work would go into the overall commissions pool, and that would all get divvied out evenly. So, like, he does this and runs, right? Like, when they find out about it, he runs. And so I find out about it and I'm like, wait, so we're getting charged back for all this? They're like, yeah, we're getting charged back for all this. Like, so all the commissions for the past month, they're like, it doesn't exist. It's all getting charged back. Like, so because y'all decided commissions need to be pooled, I don't get paid correctly this month? and they all just kind of looked back and forth to one another, because like we had all the bosses there. We had like the store boss who got fired, like the district manager, the regional manager, like everybody was there. And so it was just one of those like, wait, so because one guy fucked up, I don't get paid for my work this month? And yeah, they just kind of looked back and forth around each other and like, yeah, that's the situation. I'm like, I'm looking for another job, right? Like, we understand. I was like, come the fuck on, right? And where did I end up? I can't remember where I ended up going from there. I think from there I went to the CB radio company. I can't remember. I've worked so many jobs, guys. I can't keep track of all of them. I have stories from everywhere, but I cannot remember when they happened in my life. Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. It's fucking awful. So like I missed out on, like, if I had made the money for my individual sales, my check would have been, I think, $600 heavier that month. And I lost all of it. And that, like I said, that's just for mine. Like, we pooled them, and because he was pulling the fraud shit that he was, like, I was getting paid. I was getting paid more because of his fraud. But like, on the reverse side of that was, as soon as everything goes down, I don't get my check. And again, I was like, yeah, I can't keep working for you if this is the way things are going to be. Yeah, we understand. I don't think that they do that anymore. I could be wrong. It was a branch of the actual truck stop. It's not like it was like a kiosk or something that we were renting and selling service. Like, it was an active part of the actual company, not some sketch folks that just rolled up. Went to renting movies outside of a C-store. Back of a van. Wait. No. So I went to working for a CB company. Like I said, I think that's whenever I moved over to working for the CB company. So what they did was they sold CB radios, and they did service for that kind of equipment. So like, well, their biggest contract, well, I say it was their biggest contract. It might not be anymore. But their biggest contract at the time was they did all of the service for, what is it called? Southwest Airlines. They did all of the service work for the radio headsets that the pilots use. Like, they didn't do any of the work for the built-in systems on the planes, but they did all of the work for the headsets that they wear when they're up in the pilot seat. So that's what they were doing at that place. They said they also had a contract with JCPenney's and Macy's, selling them walkie-talkies, and again, servicing any of them that may have needed repair work or anything like that done, because something happened, something broke. They did a lot of service work. They didn't do a lot of sales work. They did a lot of service work. And I was data entry. I was data entry at that job. Oh, it did not. I did not last long at that place. This is one bit. My immediate supervisor hated me. She hated me from day one. She never wanted me to work there. And whenever it came time for the, you've been here for X amount of time. Do we want to keep this employee? It was an immediate no, because she hated me. Like, did not give me a chance whatsoever. It was just, nope, get rid of him. All right, well, fine. And from there, I do remember what I ended up doing from there, because that was a weird situation that happened there. From there, I went to working in a mall in one of those cell phone repair shops. That's what I ended up doing after leaving that job, because yeah, that's what so what happened there was so I was working at the CB place, and my manager from another time that I was doing Verizon sales, but this was a time that I was working through a contractor company to one of the actual store locations, not a sketch location. My manager from one of those stores that ended up shutting down, he had gotten in touch with me, and he was like, "Hey, come to work at this. I'm doing this over here at this cell phone repair shop. I would really like it if you would come and work for me, because I got shit done for him. Even if I had to get it done in sketch ways, I could always get shit done for him, and he appreciated that. And he was nice enough to not ask questions about the sketch ways that I would get work done. So whenever that was like 3 days before I got fired from the CB company. So as soon as that happened, it was like, "Hey man, is this still open?" "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, I can come work for you. When can you start? When do you want me?" "Can you come in on Black Friday?" "Yeah, I can do that." Because yeah, that's when I lost my job from the CB company. Was the Friday before Thanksgiving. They fired me the Friday before Thanksgiving. And it's just like, cool. That's really great of you guys. So, but yeah, he had me come in for Black Friday for the absolute dog shit day that was. And you know what's weird? You know what's incredibly weird? Like we were at this little shop. It's not there anymore. I don't think the company exists in Texas anymore. Because they were a Florida-based company. But we were in the Galleria here in Dallas, right? Like I said, they're not there anymore. But we were in the Galleria. I cannot explain to you how many German iPhones I worked on. I like specifically, like I do not understand how there were so many. Like the Galleria in Dallas is a tourist mall. It's not something that the locals really ever go to because it's bullshit to get in and out of, and you know, shit like that. But it's huge. So that's the mall that the tourists go to whenever they come into town. And so many Germans would come in to get their phones repaired. I never understood it. So like that mall also has a hotel attached to it. So you would also get a lot of times where people would come in real late. Like, so back whenever malls used to close at 9, I don't think malls actually stay open till 9 anymore. At least none of the ones I'm aware of do. We'd have people that were coming in like 5 minutes before close. "Hey, can you fix my phone?" "Yeah, I can. You got to understand, it's I'm gonna have to charge you extra for coming in when you are if you want it done tonight." And most of the time, they didn't care. God, iPhones and iPads. Such technology PTSD attack. I'm sorry, dude. We did a lot of work on iPhones. This was back in the day of the iPhone 4. Not the 4, the 4S, and then the 5. And the 5C. Those were the ones that we did the most work on. But we did a lot of work on iPad 3rd gen. And those things are such bullshit to get inside of. I hate how hard they make those things to repair. Because they just simply, they don't want people being able to fix their own shit. So generally, at least on that generation, the iPad 3, 4, the iPad 3 and the iPad 4, because they were basically the same device. Those, if you needed to fix something like it needed a battery replacement or it needed the charging port fixed, that was also a screen replacement as well, on average, because the only way to get inside them is by taking the screen off, and the screen is glued to the frame in such a way that if you accidentally twist it slightly wrong when trying to remove it, the whole damn thing shatters. and it was nearly impossible to not end up twisting it in some way while trying to open it up. So many. It was like people are like, hey, I need this is what's going on with my iPad. Yes, we can fix that. Just so you know, this is how we have to fix that, so you're probably going to need this as well. Honestly, don't want most people trying to fix their phones either, besides they're simply battery replacement or factory reset or something. Yeah, well, it depends on the device when doing the battery. Right? Like that's the thing is for the most part, it all depends on what the actual device is, on whether or not people should be trying to open those things up or not. Most of the time, yeah, I'll agree with you. People don't need to be touching the insides of those things. Someone that gets called every time there's a phone issue. Yeah, I know what you mean. Usually they have made it 100 times worse than them. See, that's the thing. Okay, so again, like whenever I was working for Verizon, like I said, I worked there in store as a contractor because I was in store technical support. Back when they had in-store tech support. And there was so many times for people that it was like, you could have just turned the fucker off. You could have just turned it off. And it would have fixed your problem. Why'd you try all the shit that you tried? I can't fix this under warranty because you did shit to it. You know, back whenever the law wasn't stepping in about right to repair. Trans unicorn? Never heard someone described as a trans unicorn. Really? And they're testing things out. Frosty, you come up with some of the weirdest ways of describing people. But alright. I mean, whatever, man. I've just never heard of someone described as a trans unicorn. That is not something that I have experienced before, so I wasn't really sure what to do with such a statement. I'm sure you can understand. Now, I promise you, we're going to have this discussion again one day. Because at some point in time, Mew's going to give you a shout out like they just did. And I'm going to look at that and then be like, what the fuck is a trans unicorn? Like, that's going to happen again. Like, I promise you, my memory is such garbage that even me sitting here talking about it is not going to ingrain this on my brain enough that it's not going to be a problem in the future. I become a unicorn from being human. Alright, sure, whatever, man. You see the abomination that I've become. I had a real face once. Many, many years ago. Oh. What is... What was I talking about? Third eye, then something suction cupped my forehead. Now I just there's something suction cupped your forehead, like in what was the movie? Like in Sex Drive, when they suction cup the penis to the donut costume. Does anybody remember that shitty movie? That's legitimately the only thing.
Come on, keep talking dirty.
That's legitimately the only thing I remember from that movie, was the main character at the very beginning is dressed up in in a donut costume with a sombrero, and some douchebags from his school come up and suction cup a giant dildo to his crotch, and he doesn't realize it because of the donut costume. Oh, what is that? I feel like I'm not doing it right, but we're just gonna keep going. Sorry, I hate this model so much. That is so my favorite character of the show. The donut costume. And like the whole thing, the whole movie was about him trying to get, I don't remember where. Him trying to get somewhere. Oh, the out of clip. Oh, yeah, that's fair. The out of context person. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a lot of people's favorite character. Yeah, that whole movie, it's all about him driving somewhere to try to have sex with the secretary from 30 Rock. And her entire goal is essentially to get her boyfriend to rob the guy. Like that's the whole situation. It's such a weird movie. For some reason that movie sounds worse than a B movie. It's not good. It's not good. I that was one of those, I was like 18 or 19 when it came out, so this is like 20 years ago. Did not kick off anyone's, well, no, I take that back. The kid from, I say the kid from, but yeah, the youngest guy from Hot Tub Time Machine was the best friend in that movie. The one with the glasses and the what the fuck hair. I think that's the best way to describe him, because I do not know his name and I never will. Glad you just made me feel younger with that statement. I like, so my GP, right? My general practitioner, she constantly talks about how young I am with the various conditions that I have. She's like, "Oh, you're young. That's not something you really need to be worrying about right now." It's like, bitch, I am worrying about it because it's a thing that's happening. Can you have an ounce of compassion and be like, try to fix the shit? I hate my GP so much. Even though we seem the same age. All right. Well, okay, so to be fair, I turned 21 and then I turned 29. So there was no responsibility, like there was no maturing in that period of time. So if I if I say weird shit and then it's like that's why, because my brain never grew up. My medical team isn't bad, just the company they're with. I mean, no, my pain management guy, great. My gastro guy, great. Actually, both of my gastro guys were pretty good. The first one was not great at explaining things, but he did his job well. But he sucked at explaining shit. The second guy was really great at explaining things when I was able to understand it, but I couldn't really get through his accent most of the time. But my GP, Her only concern in life is fixing how fat I am. And like, yes, I'm fat. I acknowledge that. You can see my fat hands. I have fat hands. I understand that I'm a large guy, but bitch, not everything that is wrong with me is related to my weight. Matter of fact, someone in here was telling me that I probably have a tumor. I don't remember who it was or anything, but someone in here was telling me that based on a lot of the things that I've been talking about, I probably have a brain tumor, which, you know, I've always been absolutely terrified about that. But you know, shit happens. No one wants to look inside my head. I think nobody wants to find that I have a fucking brain tumor. So, yeah, growing old is mandatory, growing up isn't. Well, like, okay, so I saw a thing. Now, granted, I saw this on the internet, so there's a really good possibility it's not true. But I'm going to go ahead and say this. I saw a thing that was talking about studies that were done and said men in America generally do not reach emotional maturity until 42. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Some of the dumb shit that I've heard about my father doing in his 30s, yeah, that tracks. Hold on, I have to check. Okay. This paint is not rinsing out of my fucking brush. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what the numbers are for anywhere else. But yeah, I read a thing. It was not long ago that I read this thing either. So again, grain of salt, could absolutely be bullshit. But yeah, it was men in America do not reach emotional maturity until they're 42. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. That sounds accurate. I don't think I'm ever gonna reach emotional maturity. I'm just gonna go through life being the constant fuck up that I am. I could see it, but there is also a lot of studies claiming that our generation or older don't reach mental maturity until later because we still like cartoons, stuffies, etc. Generation and younger, yeah. Well, they say that. Like, I do understand that the older generations bitch about that shit, and that problem is more akin to, you know, as you get older, you stop liking change. You start getting to where it's like, no, I don't want that. I want what's familiar kind of situation, because that happens a lot, right? I've caught myself doing that, and I've tried to force myself to embrace newer things. Because it's you know, I don't want to be one of those crotchety old men. It's like, oh, back in my day. It's like, well, no, I did, you know, I want to have stories about dumb shit that I did, but I also want to see the world evolve and change, because that's just how things are supposed to be. Oh, hey, look at that. We have an ad break coming. How long have we only been going for an hour? Oh, look at that. We've only been going for an hour. I thought we were a much further along than that. Okay, so we're going to ad break. I'm still working on the fucking black on this big bastard because there's just so goddamn much of it on him. Yeah, it's more about what they see as grown up culturally versus cultural change. I mean, yes, we kind of said the same thing, just in different ways. They don't understand change. So what is grown up in their eyes is not the same thing that's grown up in our eyes. What's grown up in our eyes is not going to be the same thing that's grown up in, you know, Gen Alphas. So it's just a lot of change like that. Ad break, back in a few minutes. That's not what we're working on today. There we go. Okay. 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 Okay, hold on. It is. It's a look at it. It's American cheese. See? Like Pro Acrylic Golden Brown, American cheese. Y'all know I'm right. So just because Nightbot's sitting there trying to call me out. American cheese is what color? It's not brown. It's yellow. Like it's that I'm just American cheese. Sure tastes like what? I mean, that's that's your business, but just because they call it golden brown doesn't mean that it's brown. It's not brown, it's yellow. I'm not gonna win this. I'm not gonna win this, so I'm just gonna not. The yellowish brown. It's not brown. It's not brown at all. American cheese does not look orange to me. Now, granted, my eyes are a little fucked. Whenever it comes to things like, yes, I can tell colors apart really easy, but sometimes I do get them wrong because my entire spectrum is shifted a little. So I don't see it as having any orange to it. It looks like golden brown to me. But apparently I'm fucking crazy. So Fridays, okay? TGI Fridays used to sell a burger. That had a patty of fried provolone on it. And it was absolutely delicious. Was the best thing that they had on the menu for the longest time. That's yellow. That's yellow. That's not orange. Like I said, my spectrum might be shifted a little, but I didn't think it was shifted that much. Sounds like an American cooking, but also really good. Like okay, so it was like, hold on. So it was a burger patty. There's a burger patty that was about a half an inch thick. Two kinds of yellow cheese that were different, and a slice of white cheese. But I don't know what it was. I never asked what the cheeses were, but they had three different kinds of sliced cheese on there, and then they had a half an inch thick patty of fried provolone on the burger, and then like 4 slices of bacon. And that whole situation was on like I would get it on wheat buns whenever I could. They didn't always have wheat buns, but I prefer wheat buns. And it was so good. It was so horribly bad for your colon, but it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And they stopped serving that, and I stopped going there. Well, we stopped going there because they changed managers and they stopped letting us get away with the shit we used to get away with. Because the one manager that was there, he liked us. We were there all the time, and he would let us come and hang out with the cooks sometimes because we knew all of the staff there. And then they changed general managers, and he got really pissy about that. And we ended up not going anymore. They shut down recently, apparently. That particular location. I'm told that they filed Chapter 11, like the company TGI Fridays. I'm told that happened. I don't know if that actually happened, but I feel like I heard that somewhere recently. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Why does cheese have to have so much phosphorus in it that I'm not allowed to eat it anymore? They have. Well, no, it's not that it killed your insides. It just, because of the amount of cheese, it was a heavy constipant. I was just trying to not say that. You know, like we talk about some weird shit, but I mean, most of the time people don't want me saying things like that. Normally, I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, we're Americans. We consume lead on a regular basis, so like we have something that is called an acceptable level of lead in your foodstuffs. Like we're not exactly known for eating things that are necessarily good for us or bad for us. Like it's mostly just poison. We just poison ourselves constantly. Which I do love. I love something. I was watching the Philip DeFranco show yesterday. And someone was commenting on there that was like, I love how the generation that was most exposed to lead poisoning in their lives are the same people that are running the country right now. But yeah, that's fucking great, isn't it? That's amazing. It's amazing that we're letting that happen and nobody's talking about that. It's not that it has too much for the normal person, but too much for a person whose kidneys have almost quit working and won't filter out phosphorus anymore. Phosphorus with something. I mean, phosphorus is something that is also something that doesn't just burn. Like, it's used in a lot of glow-in-the-dark products. So like it's a thing that exists everywhere, man. Like a lot of people don't realize that potassium explodes when it's wet. And but it's still something that we have to consume in our, wet bodies. So ironically, now that we are talking about dying buttholes, my stomach has started growling. It's because we brought attention to it, Elio. It's because we brought attention to it. Yeah, Vi does need a lot. But yeah, like raw potassium, when it comes into contact with water, it explodes, which is just so much fun to do to people sometimes. Not like having people ingest it, but like just like throwing it into like a pool or something. Scare the hell out of people. I was a terrible human being in my 20s. I feel like I need to reiterate that. Man, I not liking how much I'm in. Hey man, like I said, I was a terrible person in my 20s. We never injured anybody. So you take like a quarter gram of potassium, you toss it in a pool, it does a little bit of a boom. Because it's wildly unstable. See, the trick is getting it to boom when you want it to, and not boom in your fucking pocket. That's the trick. Burns like hell when it pops in your pocket. I've heard. Yeah, no, it's not something that I know from personal experience. Not at all. A lot of elements in the human body that people don't because they're a small amount readily available in population at large has no issue getting it. Yeah, that's one of those nutrition things. Like people are able to get more readily stable nutrition, and because of that, causing the human body to go into puberty a lot earlier. And, nobody understands that that's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, for the sound of it, you definitely deserve it. I don't know what you're talking about. It never happened to me. That was not something that ever happened to me. That was other people that happened to. I was never the one that would be caught with that stuff. That's not my style, man. Anyways. Typing is hard. My hands are not wanting to listen to my brain today. Like, that seems like that's an everyday thing for me. My hands, I've apparently lost the ability to type the letter M on my keyboard. And I don't understand why that's happened. But I legitimately, the past 3 days, anytime I've needed to type the letter M, I have not managed to reach it, and I've always hit the N, and I've had to go back and retype everything. So, don't feel too bad, man. Is that why teens grow boobs so young nowadays? Yes, that's exactly why that's happening. With nutrition being readily available, it does cause people to go into puberty much sooner in life, which means having proper education in safe sex is something that needs to happen instead of just pure abstinence training like the fucking United States has decided needs to be done. They don't know necessarily what's happening to them anymore. And most parents are too embarrassed to talk about it. Your viewers are protesting for you sleep, but I'm innocent. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not. I've never been guilty of any of the things I'm talking about. These are just stories, guys. Like, I'm not. Is everything's just perfectly fine. Everything's perfectly fine. Things that happened to the people around me. Not things that happened to me. Well, some things that happened. There's some really fucked up things that happened to me that I can't tell those stories. But I've been adjacent to a lot of the stories that I tell. Like my one buddy who dated a stripper. That was an interesting time. And that is legitimately a buddy of mine who dated a stripper. I did not, because I am well aware of my own mental faculties. And that I would not be able to handle dating a stripper. There's no goddamn way I would have been able to do that. But he dated a stripper, and he could not handle it. And got very upset about some of the shit that she was doing on stage. They ended up breaking up. She claimed she was moving to San Francisco. That didn't happen. I never killed a man. I didn't say that. That's you. That's me. That's just me reading what you said. I'm not. I will not say whether I have or have not done that, because either way is gonna sound suspicious. Refusing to say something is gonna sound suspicious, but there's no way out of that situation sounding suspicious for me. So I'm just gonna choose not to engage. Killing a stripper, never killed a stripper. I can definitively say that. No, so he started dragging me out to the club because he started dating this girl. Granted, this was someone we went to high school with, and so he brought her out one night, And I hadn't seen her in years. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. What are you doing now? Oh, I'm a stripper. You're what? And it's like, and just look over at him. He's like, you're aware of this? He's like, yeah, I'm aware of this. And he's like, and like everyone was like, and you think you're gonna be good with this situation? And he was confident, bravado, the whole nine. And yeah, that did not end well. Like I said, she said she was gonna move to, or the reason that she was breaking up with him was that she was moving to San Francisco. She was gonna go work at a club there. And I was like, all right. And I've seen her since. I've seen her a couple of times since. We've chatted a little bit. And she admitted he was getting way too clingy, which, you know, it happens. It happens sometimes. Sometimes shit like that happens. He was interfering with her work, so she thought it was best to end things. That club got shut down for prostitution. Do OnlyFans people count as porn stars? They count as sex workers. Well, depending on what they do. Not everybody on OnlyFans is a sex worker, but a lot of them are. So I would say they count as sex workers. I don't know that I would say they count as porn stars necessarily. There are regulations in the porn industry. There's not really regulations in OnlyFans. Like, unless it's like self-imposed kind of situation. So I guess it's really up to you what you believe in that kind of thing. Is prostitution still illegal in the US? Yes, prostitution is still illegal in the US. Did you clip me? I did. Icklehoof, I don't need that. I don't even have to click on that to know I don't need that. But yeah. Well, in most of the U.S., prostitution is illegal. In certain parts of Nevada, it is not illegal. I don't know about anywhere else. But in the I think it's the northern regions of well, everywhere that's not Clark County. It's illegal in Clark County, but it's not illegal anywhere else in the state. But Clark County, it is illegal, and Clark County is where Las Vegas is. So prostitution is illegal in Vegas, but not in the surrounding areas. Once you get outside the county. I don't know how big the county is though. I've never been in Nevada, so I have no idea what that's like. We thought, like, a buddy of mine, same buddy who dated the stripper. We thought about trying something once that would have resulted in us ending up in Vegas, and it ended up never panning out because we didn't have the money to do it. What did I do? Wait, hold on. Wait, what? How is it my fault? I'm not clicking that. I don't think I need that. I don't think I need to click that to know the contents of it. But I'm being told it's wrong, so I really don't want to click that. Because there's a lot of different ways I can make it go away. That's the thing I can do. I can head over to the clips page and delete it. You're being blamed. You are being blamed of Icklehoof clipping. Well, I know that I'm being blamed of that. But I don't know what that clip is. So I accept no responsibility. Like I said, I can go in and I can delete that if that makes everybody's lives easier. If it's wrong enough. Because that's a thing that I keep doing that. I really need to stop doing that. You know, that's a thing that I can do if need be. Hey Black Wolf, welcome in, man. Nah, the whole I never killed a man, but last moment it seems to have taken part of it off. Oh. Starts reading. you essentially you just you grabbed entirely the wrong section of it. Okay. How about this? I'm gonna hop over to my clips page because I have a tab for clips always available. And I'm gonna push this little trash can button, and it doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It does. There's no existence of that anymore. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. There's no clip. There's no bad clip of me being misquoted. So if you choose to go back and try to do it again, there wouldn't be anything there to interfere with you. Misquoted. Look, motherfucker, I know this kind of shit that y'all pull. Although I did absolutely love the clip that was made yesterday. That shit was hilarious. Except I would have to use the VOD now to do it. I mean, the VOD's available, man. The VOD is constantly being updated. So if you go over to the VODs tab, it's there. You can do it live. And I know this because that's how Rain does clips. Hold on. So, hold on, I'm missing things. So I can't remember what did you say the AOS version of Kill Team was? Yeah, Warcry. I don't think I have a mod, so I'll let that through. What's up with UPS? Oh, I don't know what the hell is sewer? Community Dallas Warcry. Wait, what? Wait, what did you ask? I can't remember. What did you say the AOS version of Kill Team? Oh yeah, Warcry. And apparently Ghost is giving you the download section for Warcry. See, the Warcry, the teams are a lot smaller, I believe. I have been wrong before, but I believe that the actual teams are usually smaller, so it's less to have to worry about. I know there's an Age of Sigmar kill team that I've been wanting. I don't remember, or not kill team, Warcry, Warband, whatever the fuck they're called. God damn it. I can't remember what it's called. So, and I'm not gonna be like, y'all could tell me, like, you could tell me the name of it and I'm gonna forget, because I don't even remember which units are in it, but I just remember seeing it and wanting it. It may not even be out yet. They told me the package was sent. I was the wrong size. Actually weighed 9 kilos. The small package with a card pack inside. It didn't even weigh 1 kilo. I'm so annoyed. Yeah, that sounds super annoying. Is the AOS version of Kill Team, but 10 even smaller bands, large zip teams, maybe 12. See, all the ones that I've seen have only been like 4 or 5. So, okay. So Zelio, something's fun is a lot of carriers don't a lot of carriers use what is called dimensional weight. So what they do is they take the actual measurements of the box and they work a formula that determines how much that should weigh, and that is how they charge you rather than in true weight. I understand that's stupid. But that's one of the ways that they do things. I guess the size of your fist. Then yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how they came to that conclusion then. But if you take a picture of the box, they may realize that they are in fact wrong. I don't know what to tell you though. Oh, well, fuck, man, I don't know what to tell you. Dang it, I want the dogs from Warcry Wild Corpse. Right. Rest of the guys. Yeah, I get that. There's been things that I've bought a lot of things for to get one guy. Take a pose up. Sent. See what you should have done is you should have taken a picture of it before it left. That's on you, brother. I'm just being a dick. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like that is some absolute bullshit. That is 100% some absolute bullshit, and they're gonna do whatever they can to fuck you over. I like extra chain rasps to use as warm bodies. Tremo, I don't know what to think about that statement. Oh damn. That's pretty substantial. I have to clean this brush. I'm like, I know I'm not doing anything with the model right now. I'm cleaning the brush because it got so nasty while doing that. Stick them on objectives. Tip up. Combat. Okay. Particularly powerful and lack pretty much any useful skills. Oh jeez. Okay. I guess I just don't know what you're talking about. Okay. All of that's working right. My head feels weird. Okay. How do we want to approach this now? During a visit, I live with Tremo and regularly don't know what to do with him. His statements. My war cry is larger than anticipated. Oh, okay. Okay, that helps. That helps a little bit. Yeah, all right. That makes those statements make a level of sense. I think I'm gonna paint the armor. Oh, damn. Oh, that's very heavily separated. No. No, don't you dare do that. Sorry, the paint that I used for the armor is very heavily separated, so the agitator is not moving inside of it. I need a... There we go. That's a lot better. I do enjoy having a vortex. It does make things easier sometimes. So much. Did anybody else see Goobertown's video today? I'm curious because I watched that and I saw the thing that he's working with. I forget what company makes them, but like they're all Army Painter speed paints in like markers. Yeah, y'all need to like if you like you like totally just like throw me on mute, go watch the Goobertown video and check that out. I want to talk about that thing because I'm interested and not interested at the same time. It looks very different, and I don't think that anyone in my area is going to carry it, and it's upsetting. It's very upsetting. Multiverse uploading a painting setup. I thought we talked. Wait, hold on. Didn't we talk about your shit already? Where's my Discord? There it is. Multiverse. I can see where something. Right, like more commonly on Gunpla Hobby. Well, see, that's the thing. Is it's Army Painter speed paints in a paint marker. I took that last thing. Oh, we got an update. All right, we got an update. Okay. Good. Rocking the Blue Yeti. Okay. Rocking. Are you rocking a Blue Yeti without a shock mount? Sir, that's not okay. Like a panel liner, aka no, that's not what this is. That's not what this is. These are markers. These are like full fuck markers that contain, like I said, Army Painter speed paints. They are listed as Army Painter speed paints, just in a marker. They only contain about I think it's 6 ounces, 6 milliliters of paint compared to like the 17. How many are in these things? Compared to the 18 milliliters that are in the actual bottle. So it's designed as literally as a marker you paint with that still has like the pseudo effect of speed paints. Like they just, again, you kind of have to watch it. Why is that getting? I just saw a video photo. Why did he vote? I don't know why. Well, okay, I do know why it flagged that, but I don't know. Brent's weird sometimes, man. Okay, back to this setup. You have the exact same vortex I do. Yeah, this is a lot different than what you showed me yesterday. This is a lot different than what you showed me yesterday. I see lots of little cardboard boxes over on the side. You've got one of those weird paint carousels. I could never use that. Okay. Yeah, you don't really have the ability to do any of the things that I suggested yesterday. Did you ever figure out did you figure out your camera? Did you ever figure out your camera issues there, Multiverse? Those markers are interesting. Oh yeah, I didn't take a photo of my new bedroom. I should show. Yeah, okay. So like I said, they look interesting. I'm kind of tempted to give them a shot. But I don't know. You know, I don't want to get a whole bunch of them, right? I don't want to get a whole bunch of them and then be like, you know, hate them. Because I don't typically use speed paints to begin with, but it could be like a really cool thing for people who do that, to give them a level of control. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna. Let's blackface this first. I should have thought that one through before I did it. Okay. Sorry, we gotta blackface this before we can apply the actual metallic to it. 'Cause holy crap, was that thin? You haven't had time yet? I'm sorry, dude. I was wondering if you had a chance to take care of it, if you'd figured out what the issue was. I did discover that whenever I try to close OBS, if I use the X in the corner to close it, it crashes and it won't save anything. But if I use the exit button, it has no problems whatsoever. So I'm definitely saying there's a really good chance that what you're experiencing is an OBS issue, sadly enough. Goober made some of his own with empty markers as well. Yeah, he did. He said he made a gold because the stuff he bought at Spiel didn't have a gold. So he made his own gold. I didn't actually see him use gold, but he did make it. He also said that he spent twice as much for the empty marker as he spent for the full marker. So I don't know that that's a good alternative. I mean, maybe if like you just want to test out like a handful of them and you have a very simple scheme that you want to give it a shot with. But you know, if he's saying that it's less expensive to actually just get the product itself, which is rare, very rare that getting the actual product is cheaper. You openly acknowledge that. It just makes sense to you know, maybe wait. I might try it out. Like I don't really use speed paints or anything like that often, so I don't know how great it would be for me necessarily, but it might be something that's great for some of y'all that want to get work done quickly and have that much more control over it. They do look like they would have a fair amount of control built into them. And he does end up saying that like they were like the sets were used during the entire 4 days of Spiel, and they didn't have to change any of the tips out. That's what the company claims. I don't remember who the company was, but that's what he said the company claimed, was that they didn't have to change any of the tips over the course of the days that they were demoing. So, you know, do with that information what you will. So much better over black. Not go well over gray whatsoever. Good to know. The empty ones he got were not the same brand, which probably why they cost more. I mean, again, like the empties, they were in similar design, but the company, I don't know that the company that's going to be selling the pen marker or the paint markers are going to be selling empty pens. So like the generic pen count, like it being a generic pen makes sense that he ultimately goes with to try to make his own. But I also think that he said he bought it at like a Michaels, and Michaels does have a bit of a markup on everything. So there's also that aspect of things. I am tired. I am tired. I need something to stimulate my brain. What you got, folks? What y'all got? What y'all got to stimulate my brain with? You got anything that you can, some random subject you can bring up that gets me gushing on for 20 minutes at a time, like I do sometimes? All right, I heard the post. Let's go take a look. Where did that go? There it is. It's a very modest setup. This is where you paint as well, Zell? Oh, you got a little itty bitty tiny printer. Yeah. Okay, I was just curious. It makes sense. Do you have like some wood or something underneath your tower? Please tell me you don't have your tower sitting on the floor. Computers don't go on the floor. See, I never worked with paint markers on minis and such, but I've worked with paint markers and other things. In my honest opinion, not worth it. They always seems streaky on wind turbine blades and not really meant for covers. Like I said, Icklehoof, these are a totally different thing though. Yeah, I paint, so I wash it while I paint. I do the same thing. Like I've got my iPad here in front of me when I'm always painting on stream now. I don't really get to paint off stream anymore. So like whenever I'm painting, I'm talking chat, which is still right here in front of me. But my computer itself is just right over to my left, so I can still have like noise and whatnot over there. Also, the whole time I was bitching about my delivery not being here, it was waiting at my front door. Or my other door. Well, you know, shit happens. The tower has stumps. That's not good enough. Has the same game. Hold on. Cyberpunk 27 has the same game of Go. Hope happening all across the map. What? What? I don't understand what you just said to me. Multiverse. I wonder how this looks over gray if I need to paint that black as well. Stimulating facts. But I don't know what that means. No, the stump leg should be good. No, it's not. TSU pushing out heat. No, that's not. No, but yeah, it's pushing out the heat, but everything like flows down to the floor, and then the fans suck it all up inside, and that's what makes it terrible. Not necessarily the power supply blowing down into the floor or anything. It's what it sucks up into it that is the problem, Icklehoof. Well, what is the same game of Go? I don't know what you mean by same game of Go. I guess not. I guess I don't, because I'm just not... I guess I'm just not that cultured. You gotta remember, I'm kind of an American swine. I don't... there shouldn't be anything sucking up from the bottom. Yeah, but it does come into the front. The front fans are usually pretty powerful in sucking air in, and like that bottom fan sucking stuff off the floor. Japanese game where they use black and white brown. Oh, that Go is a game of... Okay, yeah, okay. I know what that... I didn't know what it was called. So that's, again, that's a me being ignorant thing, but okay. And I've never noticed that. I've never actually noticed that being played in the game. I don't really look at a lot of the flavor going on in the background too hard whenever I play. I haven't played Cyberpunk in almost a year. Yeah, I haven't played Cyberpunk in almost a year, so yeah, I never did notice that. That is very interesting. My computer has a shit ton of fans. Actually, that's what I mean. It means it's gonna be sucking stuff up. I mean, it's worse if it's on carpet. And it doesn't look like it's on carpet, but computers don't go on the floor because they like to suck things inside of them whenever they're on the floor. Granted, you don't really have a lot of space. That's why I was saying, if you get like a little like platform or something to put up under it to lift it up away from the floor a little bit, that'll be very good for your system. This actually works pretty well over gray. This actually works really well over gray. Same, I have 3 front and water cooling sucking from the top. You have water cooling sucking from the top? You're doing it wrong. You need to be ejecting out the top. Sort of makes sense though. Go is fiendishly complex. Can't imagine CDPR wanting to code any sort of actual Go. That's fair. In VR if you need me. You weren't in VR already? I thought you lurked earlier, and that's what you went to do. I always assume whenever you hit lurk that that's what you're going to do. I might be ejecting, which never way they said to connect the fan. Oh my god. What weird visits Discord. Did it not beep? Was I on it? I might have been on there. I might have been. Oh, what is wrong with your foot? What'd you do to your foot? Yeah, you just need to get like a little platform under there. What is that? My Mini Marbles? Hey, My Mini Marbles. Welcome in, brother. Like, it looks like you burned out a cigarette on your foot, dude. Yeah, you need to lift that up like 6 inches. You need to get that thing like 6 inches off the ground, and it'll be a lot healthier. Useful plus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the thing that looks like you burned a cigarette on your foot. That. Mosquito, but that's one hell of a mosquito. I'm not doubting you. I want to make sure that's clear. I'm not doubting you. I was like, that's one hell of a mosquito, though. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Shit does happen. Alright, I'm trying not to cause too many problems with what I'm doing, and I doubt I'm going to succeed at that. But we'll see. Probably be doing this with a different brush, being totally honest. That would probably be the smart way, by using a different brush. Psoriasis that my skin takes for all eternity to heal. That's fair. Ejecting cats go there to warm. Oh my god. You're trying to irritate me now. Oh my god, and you have a cat. You have a cat and your computer's on the floor. Oh my god. Why do y'all hate me? Why do y'all hate me? Why do you insist on causing me pain? That poor computer. Yes, I understand this. Yes, I understand this. That's what I mean, though. Like, whenever your computer's down on the floor, that's where all the debris ends up. So dust, cat hair, everything, it ends up down on the floor. So your computer having its intake down on the floor is gonna suck up the cat hair. And that is going to cause issues to the computer that it does not need to be suffering from. So unless you're regularly opening it up and cleaning it out, you're abusing the poor little thing. No, that's fine. I'll go on faith. I'll go on faith that you're tending to it well. You should be opening and cleaning every month. Now, name, Icklehoof. You say you've got water cooling ejecting from your computer. Is that an AIO or a custom loop? It doesn't really, like, it's not to judge anything. I'm curious. Because I haven't encountered very many people who have custom loops. I do not have a custom loop, to give you an idea. AIO? Okay. Like I said, I haven't actually encountered a person that's had a custom loop, because that can cost upwards of like $4,000 sometimes just to cool something. Yeah, that happens, Elio. Custom was too expensive. Yeah, custom's way too expensive most of the time. Looking that way when I build my next, if I have a good job. See, that's going to be the problem, Micklehoof, is I know, who is it? One of the bigger ones. EK is, I think, in the process of going out of business. They're one of the bigger ones in the in the water cooling space because, again, that shit's way too expensive. I don't know if Corsair is continuing to support water cooling. I know they broke into it. Alpha Cool definitely is. But the EK, I believe, is going out of business because they got too pricey. They got too full of themselves. And yeah. Hey, you know what? You know what, Zell? Like, I haven't had a job in 2 years either. So, like, I understand, dude. Okay, so we have ad break. We have ad break coming in. So we're gonna go. We're gonna take care of that, and let things happen. Visit. Well, I don't know that I would go that far, but yes, I do understand what you mean. So yeah, ad break. We'll be back in a few minutes. More Archeon. I hate this so much. I really want this to be done. Man, I hope we don't see that happen. I know that things are trending that way. I do understand that. I really hope that doesn't happen. Because that takes away so much modularity. I mean, I get that, like, it gives you a lot more, like, you can get better speeds out of it. You can get more of it, but it takes away a lot of the modularity by shifting over to that, because it has to be built in. Hi, Lotus. It's working on. We are working on the body of Dorgar, which is the mount for Archaon. So the giant motherfucker, and hating every moment of it. I don't like this model. I do not like this model at all, and I keep torturing myself with it. Because I need to get it done. Because I need to get it done. That's what it is. I need to get the damn thing done. And we're occasionally breaking into conversation about various assorted things. Most recently, Zelio's computer being on the floor for incorrect reasons. But Zelio has no space anywhere by the looks of things, so the floor is where it has to be. Oh, don't you start. I don't think it has to be built in anymore. And it doesn't anymore. They're talking about using basically just combining SSD and RAM, though I'd rather not. I'd rather they not do that as well. The problem is whenever you start working with Flash, the way that it's talking about, it does have to be built in, because creating a connector to use that is going to be reducing the speeds down as opposed to having a direct connect, like what they want to do. So that's the main reason why moving over to Flash the way that they're talking about is overall just turning things more into Max, which I'm sorry, I'm not in favor of. I'm very much not in favor of going into a system like that. Space thing. You don't have okay. Do you have space to put your computer up on your desk, Zelio? Barbie, Barbie, why? You didn't have to tell me that, Barbie. Barbie, you do need to change that. Like, if you're going to be streaming, it needs to not be on the floor. I don't have space on my desk. And see, therein lies the problem. I created a whole separate section for my computer. I've got it up on a set of shelves. Because computers don't go on the floor. Not an aspect. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, like where it is. I mean, like I said, you can lift it up. You don't have space elsewhere than where it is, really. That was what I was saying. You have where it is. You don't have really anywhere else you can put it. That was really the point that I was trying to make. You don't have another place with which it can be put. Also has feet up a couple inches. Is it on carpet? Is it on carpet, Barbie? Yeah, yeah, it's on carpet. It doesn't matter if it's got feet lifting it up a little bit. It needs to be at least 6 inches off the ground. If it's carpet, it needs to be 8. Again, this is 20 years in IT. All right, like this is where these statements come from. One of my preferred places to have done this in previous jobs was to actually mount it under the desk. That was one of my preferred places in many of the companies that I worked for. Was physically mounting the bastard underneath the desk, or if I could convince the company to work with microcomputers, I would mount it to the back of the monitor. That was a fun way to do things. Dell at one point in time came out with a computer that actually slotted into your monitor stand. That was a fun one. Never got to use it, but I got to play with one a little bit. But I had to leave the company that I was going to implement that on before they released it. And pre-filter, it's not. Y'all can sit there and y'all can say like a pre-filter is not enough. It needs that extra little space. It does. It really does. It takes care of so much just by getting it away from the floor. Like yes, filters. I think filters, no matter where they are, need to be on the computer. No matter where it is, if it's mounted on the bottom of a desk, if it's sitting up on a shelf somewhere, it needs to have a filter. But getting it away from the floor improves so much more than you realize. He has his on the floor too. To be fair, we both fairly cheap rebuild. You people are frustrating. So frustrating. I feel like you're doing this to troll me at this point. There are some fancy touchscreens. Do that visit. They are also like 10,000. Which thing that I said? Oh no. Well, no. What I was talking about. Okay, so what I'm talking about, Icklehoof, is there's a Dell computer, and it's basically a monitor computer combo. It's not like an AIO computer where like the screen and computer are the same thing. It's like you have to go with one of their monitors, and the rear the stand for the computer, you can pop out the center column of it, and you can slot your computer in there, and then it wires in to the monitor directly through like you just run the cables like 3-4 inches, and it all hooks up right there, and then you run the mouse and everything from the actual monitor stand. Really, really cool, and you could, like I said, it gives you the ability to. But the problem is you have to use, like I said, their monitors to make it work, and it only is compatible with a handful of different models. But you could end up doing a full assembly for like $800, and it only takes up the amount of space of a monitor. Not good for gaming, streaming, or any of that kind of stuff. It's like business grade only kind of thing. But really, really, really cool. It was something that I wanted to use, but like I said, I ended up leaving the job where I had control over that. The small form factors. Yeah, I've done that as well. I used to. One of the ones that I got a bunch of was the little Lenovo microcomputers, and you can get special mounts for those to hook up into the VESA mount on the back of a computer. That was another thing that I used. So you would hook them into the VESA, and then you would hook the monitor stand into that mount on the back of the computer. And so there was those little combos that were available as well. I used those temporarily for people because those were mostly being used in the office, and eventually I moved everybody in the office over to laptops because they were so damn mobile. And it gave them a lot more freedom of being able to do business in the company. But I wanted to change out the stuff in the warehouse to eat up as little space as possible. So at one point what we were doing was we would get printer shelves. We'd get mini computers, so like the half size ones, not the micros, but the half sizes. And we'd put the printer in the center in the lower shelf. We would put the computer on the upper shelf, and then we would actually put the monitor on top of the computer because they were kind of designed for that. And we did that to try to save space, but it wasn't saving enough space. So we were considering moving over to, like I said, the computers being built into the monitor stand. And we did a few different experiments, and like I said, right around the time that I was getting ready to leave that job, they announced that they were doing the computers that you could slot into the monitor stand the way I'm talking about. Very, very disappointed that they didn't get those sooner, because it would have done a lot of good for that particular business, those particular users. It would have saved them so much headache. But we weren't able to do that. Don't mind the micros mounted on the back of a monitor as long as we do it right. Like I said, when we did that, we would actually get mounts for it. Well, I say mounts. They were little cages. They were little VESA mount cages. And you would put the computer in the cage. You would put that on the VESA mount, and then there was a secondary VESA mount on the other side that you would then mount the monitor stand onto to be able to be able to have the whole situation with the monitor mounted on there. It was very, very elegant. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. It's a very elegant solution. I did like it. I didn't like the micros because after a while we were the particular ones we were using after a while weren't working out for us because out in the warehouses are very, very dusty. Like you can imagine, they're very, very dusty with all that cardboard and whatnot. So we were having to open them up too often to clean them because there wasn't like an elegant way of cleaning them like there was the micros. Like the micros, it's like pull a latch, it opens up, blow it out, no problem. But the micros, we had to take the whole monitor apart, or pull it out of its cage, then open it up, and that it was too much of a hassle to deal with those. So we ended up abandoning that. Just because they would get too hot too quickly, and we were having to do too much cleanup on them. So that just didn't work out. That's all I'm getting at. That didn't work out because it was too much hassle. So we only tested out with like 2 or 3 of them, and very quickly came to the conclusion that didn't work. That's why we ended up going with the mini towers instead of the micros. Instead of opening and fixing, it's just pulling a module and replacing it. Kinda, yeah. I went through hell getting my monitors to adapt to VESA mounts. Really? I didn't have any issues with mine. Mine are really designed to be on VESAs. They're not like they came with monitor stands, but like the advised way of actually using them was on actual mounted arms that are like bolted onto the desk, because they're big and their actual bases are very, very large and take up a large amount of space. So mine were designed to work with VESA mounts instead of their actual stands that they're built for. is using 42-inch TV for a monitor. What resolution is said TV? That changes. That changes whether or not I'm annoyed by that or not. Because like if it's a 1080 and it's a 42, that's a bad monitor. 4K works. 1080s at that size are the pixel density is too wide. Why am I getting so many of these messages? Can y'all fuck off for a little while? Okay, I need to do the leathers. Yeah, 4K is gonna have a decent enough pixel density. It's still not gonna be as good as a monitor. Even like a 1440p monitor, the density's not gonna be quite up to that, but 4K at least. You shouldn't be getting the screen door effect. Like I used to use when I was younger, I used a 32-inch 1080p TV, and the pixel density was so bad that I got the screen door effect quite often with it, and I didn't like that at all. These monitors that I have are 1440s, so they're absolutely right there in that preferred zone, especially with my zoom level. Hear me out, because it was cheap and insurance anything else burned down. So again, a 4K TV works. A 4K TV works fine. I'm not like that's what I was saying. Like if it was a 1080p, that's something you should be looking into replacing, because again, you can get those for pretty cheap. But a 4K TV, you're not going to be getting as many issues with. You're not going to be getting as good a refresh rate out of them, but you're going to definitely get a better visual experience than you would with a 1080 monitor. Definitely need a new TV. I had to special order a 3D printed part off Etsy to unscrew a part from the stand into the bracket. That's weird. Usually if you have a situation like that, the part is usually included with the monitor. Like the thing that you need in order to be able to do that. That's usually included. 4K, pretty expensive price. I mean, we're not talking about the price. You can get like at 32 to 42 inches with a 4K, and you can do that for probably $200.
I just spilled a fucking drink. God damn it! Fuck me!
All right, Barbie, I got you. Yeah, the new drink notification's a little aggressive. I like it better than the old one though. Not you. You're gonna fuck up if I try to use you right now. So we're gonna put you to the side. See what we can do with this one. It served me well. Digital forensics in college shutters. So many windows open at once. How many windows do I have open right now? Ooh, a lot more than I thought I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 13 windows open right now. Yeah, I've got 13 windows open right now. I don't want to talk about how many tabs I have open. Let's just say I get really good use of the collapse feature on Chrome and Vivaldi. I get a lot of use out of it on Vivaldi. If y'all have not used Vivaldi browser, it's fucking amazing. But the workspaces feature that it has, fan-fucking-tastic. Very similar to the collapsing function that Chrome has now. but better in my opinion. Vivaldi, yeah, Vivaldi. It's a Chromium-based browser made by the original developer of Opera after he left Opera because he thought that they were getting a little too predatory with some of their user agreements. But one of the reasons that I like it is you can get the little sidebar like what you get on Opera GX. But again, it has a feature called Workspaces. All right, Multiverse. I'll see you later, brother. I'm gonna let that through. So we'll talk with you later, man. Monitor only available from the company in Germany. They want like $50 each. Ooh, that's gross. So yeah, Vivaldi, like I said, you can get that little sidebar like what you get with Opera GX. I don't like Opera GX because there's a lot of weirdness that it does. I understand it's better. It would be better for streaming because of the low overhead, but it's still not something I'm going to switch over to. But you get that little sidebar, and like I said, Workspaces is a way that you can group tabs together that you want to do things a specific way that are related, and have just a singular workspace for that. I use Chrome and Mozilla. I don't like Mozilla. I use Chrome for my all my Twitch stuff. All my Twitch stuff goes through Chrome. All my personal stuff goes through Vivaldi or Tor when I have need of Tor, but I very seldomly have need of Tor. Using Arc? I'm not familiar with Arc. There was a lot of people I used to work with. What was that abomination that they used? They thought it was more private, but it was actually selling their data like crazy. I'm trying to remember what it was. Let me have multiple videos open at a time. Hold on. What? I've never run into a browser that's not allowed that, Barbie. I don't understand your statement. You have to mean something different than what my brain is telling me. I can open another Twitch video and it will pop out your video in a corner. Am I stupid? I have 3 separate Twitch windows going right now, Barbie, that are not mine. Like I've got Kim, well, it looks like Jace ended. And I've got Booty. I had Jace, but Jace ended. And then I've got my own. Oh, it does it automatically. Okay, that's different. Interesting. I said I just create a new window for it. And then just place it wherever I feel like placing it. My organization with Windows is weird though. Because I take full advantage of like some of the auto sizing that Windows allows for. Well, Windows 11 allows for. And all my tabs are down to the side of my browser instead of up at the top. Okay, yeah. That's There are a few browsers that allow you to choose where you put that kind of stuff. I do prefer mine up at the top, but like I said, I do have in Vivaldi, I have a sidebar that does a lot of different functions for me. Because I download so many STLs, I have like I have my download tab on the sidebar instead of on the weird little top corner bullshit that Chrome does. So, yeah. STLs. It is STLs. In Vivaldi, I'm downloading predominantly STLs. Because I download a lot of STLs. I have a few terabytes worth of compressed STLs right now. Like, I need to do some work on my server right now to open up some space to allow me to download more. Because right now, oh my god, is the drive that my STL is on about to be too full to be usable. But I have like, I think 24 to 28 terabytes that I need to get installed on my onto my server. I also need some space for all the archives of my VODs. Like the actual raw files. Can't even find the file you were gonna share. I don't. Okay. I mean, Barbie shared me the snowman yesterday. Appreciate that, Barbie. By the way, I've got it printing right now. It's gonna take another 8 hours for it to be done, but it's getting worked on. I've got that snowman printing. I've got the Dork Depot Christmas tree printing. I've got some stuff for Mew going on, and I've got some bases for the handful of World Eaters that I primed today. How big did I print? Whatever the fucking default is, man. Was I supposed to scale it down? I just took the raw file, threw it onto my slicer, positioned it in such a way as it wouldn't burn a fuck ton of resin, and set it to print. Put a bunch of holes in the base. Whole bunch of holes into the base. Like I said, I had a couple of pieces that I needed to print for Mew. So those are going. And like I said, some bases. Some bases for the World Eaters. Because I primed the Lord Invocatus, 2 of the Berserkers, and then the I don't remember what his name is, but the big one from the Jackals, the one that's on a 40 instead of a 28. I primed that one as well. So, and like I said, the tree for the Dork Depot one. As far as the tree went, I did 32. I think I did the 32 mil version as well as the base for it. Like there's the 28. I think there was a 28 and a 32. I went ahead and I did the 32. little bit extra space to work with. Try to print some of those needles in, you know? We'll see if it works out. Doubt it will. So that's something that's going to be coming up in the next week or so, is working on that tree and then working on that snowman. Snowman's going to be tough. I don't generally paint something that has that much white on it. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do some other creative touches with that, but you know, I'm kind of a dumbass. I'd have inks that can do that now that I'm thinking about it. And y'all, not the whole thing. Not gonna. I was planning on there being yellow, but I'm not gonna paint the whole thing yellow. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out how I wanna work it out, because I want it to have a patch of yellow on it somewhere. But yeah, like I said, I have to come up with some sort of way of painting a snowman and giving it shadows and highlights. And I'm just not coming up with anything. Oh, my body is betraying me a little bit right now. That's a fresh wave of pain I was not expecting. Ooh. It'll pass. It'll pass in a few minutes. Light cyan, shadows, and white highlights. Oh, interesting. Interesting idea. I hadn't considered that. I had not considered that, but yeah, that's a good idea. It might be best for me to try airbrushing it, honestly. One, because of the size of the damn thing. And two, again, a lot of mass on it is just... Oh, you paint snow? I've never painted snow. I've never needed to paint snow. Fair enough.
Visit you, bitch.
Grey Wolf, that seems unnecessary. Hi, Jet, welcome in. Oh, that hurts a lot.
Visit you,
Oh,
bitch.
that hurts a lot. That hurts a whole lot. Oh my god, why does that hurt so much? Oh, I thought that was gonna pass. It's getting worse. Hold on. Where are we at? That's where we're at? Okay. Think snow's a pain, but it's satisfying when it's finished. I'm sure it is. Pixel art and mini painting have similar touching areas. I would agree. I mean, most arts are gonna have a fair amount of similarities, right? Like that's gonna happen. Stop doing that. I don't need
I
this.
just spilled a fucking drink. God damn it! Fuck me!
All right, give me a second. Give me just a second. I'll get the drink. Oh my god, why is that? I mean, I am a bit more pleased with where Dorgar is
I'm
at
helping!
now. Oh my
You're
god.
welcome!
That was so loud. That one was so much louder than the others. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, missed it down here. How's it going, brother? Grey Wolf, you just barely inched into my top 10 viewers on my Twitch recap. Just barely inched in. Very impressive, actually, considering that I don't think you've been around very long. You've been around for a while, but not as long as some of the other ones that are in that list. Oh my god, that hurts. Are you in my top 10? I don't know. Crypt, I don't think you are, but I could be wrong. You know what? Let's look at it. Let's go back over and look at it. You're number 2 on mine with 95 hours. Wow. Hold on. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's move this over here. Can you not do that, please? If I switch over to this screen, is it gonna... Yeah, there we go. So up at the top, total hours streamed 815. Only 153 total streams. Now, granted, I started in April, so that's not too bad. I started in mid-April, so that's not terrible. Okay, I'm gonna shift this over a little bit to cover whatever that is. I don't know. Is that Kim? That is Kim. We're gonna cover Kim a little bit. Distinct days stream. So I had 9 streams that crashed halfway through. 7,800 hours watched. Appreciate that, y'all. All of that makes sense, right? Like every bit. Like I don't even have enough to fill up the categories. Top stream was 113. That was definitely a raid by AC. Wonderlands? Yeah, I streamed that with Kim. 59,000 chats. Cool. Those are the top emotes that were used. That's not surprising. There we go. Nope. Looks like you're not in there, Crypt. Yeah, we got Grey Wolf down here. Barely inching it. What is happening over here? What is this? That's top 8, not top 10. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's top 8. That's my mistake. But yeah. No, Zelio, you're not here. This honestly was the one that surprised me the most. That Hellman popped in at number 1. That one surprised me quite a bit. Rain and Mew being on there makes sense. Kim has been here literally every stream. I don't know how she's number 6. And Poninator's here all the time too. Not sure how he got down there, but yeah, that's how that goes. 142 raids. Stellar Mass Jack with the top number of them, then Jace, then Bunka. Bunka's only been around for a short time with me. 129 raids sent. I try to raid every time, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Rated Viv 6, then Shorty, then Wicked. I didn't realize I had rated Wicked that many times. 84 clips. Oh, hey Nodens. Welcome in, brother. Wicked only streams on Fridays now? Wow. Out of 84 clips, only 10 people ever clipped anything. And I hate that it's one where I'm talking. I think I'm talking to Crypt here. Is the most popular one. Why the fuck is that happening? I have Booty Stream trying to break through over here. I don't know if y'all are seeing that. Might not be. It doesn't look like it is. It's okay. Okay, so we've lost followers during the course of the stream. So it's like 460 followers. I'm at 428. I had 429 when we started today. Most of this is Ghost. That's a lot of bits. That's points. That's a lot of points. Oh, I didn't realize that many points have been doled out. Damn. Got affiliate. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that is. Flippable rating grass toucher. So stupid. And then the total overall recap there. So yeah. Yeah, that's those are the numbers. Those are the numbers, folks. Move this back over here where I want it. At least it's not the one about the guy definitely not killed. What? No, that's not a thing. That's predominantly used by Mew. So I think that one's locked behind subscriptions now. $5K in monies and bits. Oh yeah, that was definitely not bits. That was 100% points. It took me a second. I didn't Kyle anybody. It's also usually spammed when you. Yeah, that's true. That one is usually spammed when used. It's usually like 4 or 5 that get used at a time. So, okay. Actually, that little distraction helped. That helped my pain kind of dipped away there for a bit. So I can keep going. We just never heard from Kyle ever again. You know, I think I've only ever known one Kyle in my life. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've only ever known one Kyle. Dude was like 6'8" too. Absolute mountain of a man. 0 Kyles. Well, I mean, I haven't seen him since high school. Oh, no, I'm wrong. There's that pain again. Ooh. We may have to wrap up. Folks, I don't want to, but I think we may need to wrap up early because I may need to go die on. Did you ever climb that mountain? I didn't. No, I didn't do anything like that in high school. I was never involved in those kinds of circles in high school. That's not true. But I never did anything like that in high school. Don't die too much. I mean, it happens sometimes. It's a little annoying. I don't know what's causing it. I'm gonna keep going because I think it may fade. It a lot of times it does. It's peaking real bad right now. I think I can keep it. I'm gonna keep going. I don't like ending early. I don't like ending early at all. So we may end on the usual time, like the usual 4 hours that we used to do, instead of the 5 to 7 that we typically do now. But Visit did not kill Kyle in high school. I did not. No, I did not kill. There was no killing of Kyle in high school. It did not happen. Okay, who we kill? We're not killing anybody. His groupies did it for him. Strangely enough, I did have groupies. No, they would not do anything like that for me. That was a weird aspect of high school. That was a very weird aspect of high school. But there was no killing of Kyle. There was no killing in high school. That was not a thing. There's no that never happened. Not the killing part. But yeah, like I said, it was weird. It was really weird having, because there was like 13 of them. Like 13 or 14 of them. It was very, very strange. And it was a mixture of men and women, oddly enough. I've never swung that way. Like, I've been open to the idea, but I've never swung that way because I've never wanted to. But there was like 3 or 4 guys, and then like basically the entire drill team. And a couple of the theaters, but that doesn't really count because, like, I'm sorry, but like the theater girls were all hoes. A lot of murders. I mean, it's not murder. It was no murder. Didn't have a theater class. You didn't have a theater class. Oh, I'm sorry. They built an extra wing onto the school for the theater for us. It was actually kind of funny. There can be murder. There's no need for murders, Wolf. We are not in need of murder. That's getting deeper. That's actually quite agonizing. I wanna get all the gold done. I know I'm not gonna be able to get like any highlights on. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to get any highlights on the leather done. I want to get the gold done. See, this is why you hate me. Making fun on your behalf. Look, man, I did things in my 20s I'm not going to talk about on the internet. Because I know the statute of limitations is not wrapped. Most because I don't think there are statutes of limitations on the things that I did in my 20s. So I'm not going to discuss that in a medium by which I can be recorded. I don't think so. Is it just okay? So there's that little flange, and then there's that ring. Oh, there's that. No, I don't think there is when it comes to murder, but I think whenever you get to being in like your 60s and 70s, they stop caring as much. Like they may prosecute you, but like they don't really do anything to people that old. And considering the number of health problems that I have, if I reach my 70s, I'm gonna probably have dementia anyways. And I say that because my father has dementia, apparently. According to my sister, he does. And a lot of... God damn it, that hurts. and a lot of the health problems he has, I have. I also have some extras on top. God damn it, that hurts. I have some extras on top of the health issues that he has, though, so I'm pretty positive whenever I reach my 60s and 70s, dementia's almost a guarantee, unless we've found a solve for that. Oh, man. Like, not murder, I'll let it like 100-year-old prison guard. So when you turn 70, you will get the full truth of the bodies he's buried. Unlikely. I'm going to. I have every intention on it. Crypt. I have every intention on ending here in a few minutes. I want to get these rings done. But yeah, I have every intention on ending here very, very shortly. I want to get the base of these. Oh my god, it's getting hot in here now. Okay, I'm gonna be running a fever in a minute. Oh. I want to get the base coat of the gold on here. That's it. That's all I want. I just want to get the base coat of the gold on. And I'm almost there. It's this ring and then that little flangey thing at the top where the belt connects. And that's it. And then yeah, I'm gonna go lay down. Shortest visit stream. It's actually not. 3 hours is not the shortest stream I've done. I've done one that was about 45 minutes long because I was having a really bad mental health day, and I broke down on stream and I just ended because I couldn't handle it. So that's a thing that's happened before. You weren't here for that though. I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna snooze ads because it's gonna try to feed y'all one, and I don't want y'all to get an ad break when I'm ending. Oh god. Okay, where are you sending us off to? Where do y'all want to go? Do y'all have somewhere you want to go? Or do you want to just let me pick somebody? Sometimes y'all have folks you recommend. I don't know who's on right now. I'm usually not ending anytime soon, so I have no idea who's going. Probably leaving anyways. I understand, Zelio. It's getting late for you, isn't it? I mean, you're like 7 hours ahead of me, so it's like almost midnight. Or slightly after midnight? It's slightly after midnight. Tomorrow, if I'm here, we're gonna be working on the Screamer Killer again. We're gonna be progressing on with the Carapace and maybe getting to his stabby bits. Oh, go to YouTube though. Okay. All the gold bits have a base coat. We're gonna end. Oh my god. We're gonna. Yeah. All right. So y'all have not suggested anybody. So if there's someone I'm following that appears at the top of my list when I push the raid button, that's where we're going to. Oh my god. Providing it's not a random VTuber. That's the wrong button. That's the button I want. Leo's streaming. We're gonna go to Leo. Roll. Okay, well, okay, we can go roll one to explode. Apparently, you would prefer that. Ooh, Leo's doing really well. Okay, so roll one to explode. She's doing fairly well. Doesn't matter. That's what y'all suggested. That's where we're going. Thanks for coming in, guys. Sorry I'm having to end early. Y'all can hear how bad I'm getting, though. like I said, tomorrow is gonna be Screamer Killer. If I'm streaming, I'm probably gonna be streaming. I'll probably be fine tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the Screamer Killer, and then after that, we're gonna be getting to work on Lord Invocatus on Thursday. So I will see y'all then. Y'all have a great night, guys.
I shed like a husky, so it's fucking everywhere. If I come to your house, like, you will find my hair everywhere for like the next 9 months. Visit the Chronicler. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? Hi. We're just getting ready to prime a model before I start my challenge. Everybody itchy nose. How are you doing? How was your stream? What did you do? I'm very blindingly bright. There's my white. There's my white. Sorry to raid and run, but dying Grey Wolf explained for me. You're fine. You're fine. Go and not die.